everybody tonight for our 6th annual event for the Palestinian American Community Center. Thank you for being here. We know it has been a very difficult year for all of us. We would like at the beginning for all of us to stand up for the people who fought in Gaza, in Jenin, in Ramallah, in all Palestine, in Lebanon, in all the Arab world for the last year and a half, and for the all genocide. So please stand up in behalf of those people, لأرواح الشهداء. Thank you. Stand up. We're going to stand up for the national anthem of the United States of America. Thank you. Stay still. Stand up now. We're going to have the Palestinian national anthem. Sit down. Welcome for all of you who could come tonight. I know it has been a long year since the last year, and I hope this year it's a year that we will go forward as Palestinian, and we will continue our march and our existence and our defense for our right. It has been unusual, of course, here because of the genocide, the impact on our people here in this country. Of course, I lived to see the war of 1967, the 1973, the massacre of Sabra and Shatila in 1982, and the first Intifada in 1987, all the way to the second Intifada, and today we live to see the most brutal and genocide to the Palestinian people since October 7th. Of course, this has not been a good year for us, but we will continue and resolute as Palestinian people. We will stand up and will never surrender. Being a Palestinian today, if we look, we are brother and sister, we are bind together. We have value. We have a deep history. We have a respect religion from Islamic to Christianity. We've been here through the history. We are not collected people, we are the indigenous people of the land, and we will continue. And nobody will shake that fact that we are Palestinian and we are proud to be Palestinian. And this is the proof what we are sitting here tonight, to continue to say that we stand up with our head up. Nobody will take that down from us or put us down. No administration, no power in the world will take the facts that we are a people. We have a deep history and deep connection to the land and being part of Palestine and the Arab world and Islamic world, as well as Christian world. So thank you for supporting us tonight and being here. This value is very important that the outsider has to know and learn from us. You will not see a homeless Palestinian. This community will not let any Palestinian to be homeless in the street. If anybody is sick, we all will go for him. If anybody poor, we all will go for him. This country is the most richest country in the world, but they have people poor and people sleeping in the street. They don't have that value. We do have it, and I hope they will carry that value. That came from us, and we let the world know that's part of our value being a Palestinian. And tonight, I'm trying to say that and have everybody to learn what it means to be Palestinian. And I'm proud to be standing in front of all of you to say that we are Palestinian, we're proud to be Palestinian. Of course, this journey was not that easy to build the PACC, Palestinian American Community Center. We have a lot of brothers and sisters and people with guests from all over the country tonight sharing with us that support. We have people flew from Oregon. We have Brother Michel and his wife. We have our sister Samira and Ayman and Brother Saif. We have Naif. We have Dr. Abdul Hamid. He is our keynote speaker. We have our brother, we get to meet him, Abdul Rahman, and I'm glad to see him as the first time as here in the community. We have our brother from the Pakistani community, and we have American guests here tonight to share and stand with us as Palestinians. Welcome tonight for our 6th annual event. Thank you. Tonight I emphasize to call a brother, a comrade who stood with us to make this Palestinian Community Center strong as it is and continue year after year. And I would like him to say a couple of words. If Brother Michel, Comrade Michel, can you come and say a couple of words in solidarity for our center? Thank you.
Thank you, Hikmat, for the warm introduction. I appreciate it. مساء الخير, مسيكم بالخير. Good evening, everyone. It is always an honor to be here with the Palestinian community in Phoenix. I've been here with you since the beginning, since the center's birth pains. I've been with you since the early stages and struggles of infancy. And I've been with you also in the teenage years of the centers and the challenges that it brought with us. And here I am with you when the center is entering its adulthood. And I'm really proud with this occasion and being with the leadership, Hikmat and Kamil and the board of this center. They have been working so hard to get to this. I'm also proud to be here because we are living through times where an institution like this center is necessary and it is valuable to have it. We've been here when we worked together all through these stages to help our people in Palestine, their humanitarian needs in Gaza. We work together to strengthen our community here, to build it, get it closer, to unify it. And we also work together to get our heritage. We are very proud, as Hikmat mentioned, we are very proud of our heritage, and we are trying to pass it on to the young generation that you've seen on the stage today. Because without an institution like the center, that would be impossible. So the center is important to keep us together. And our strength comes from who we are as Palestinians. Because you need to remember, we're not just any people. Palestinians are not just any people. We came from a land that God put his hands on it and raised from it his messengers. We descended from people who built great cities: Jerusalem, Beirut, Baghdad, Damascus, Cairo. So we are builders. And America knows we are builders, we are not destroyers. And we are proud of this. And finally, we need, and I want to urge you to support in every which way you can this institution, because we want to give it to the future generation as a gift, because at one point they would ask the question, what did my parents do for me? What did our parents did for us? What did they pass on to us? And we can proudly say, we pass on to you an institution that you can build, keep it going, and you in turn will pass it on the next generations, because Palestinians need to stay together with this heritage, otherwise we will disappear. And in the same time, this is a tool for us, a tool that we can carve up a place in this country, in this American mosaic, for our culture and for our future generation, a future that is built on respect, is built on opportunity, and is built on respect and equality. And for that, I conclude, and I thank you for this opportunity to be here, to be able to support the center, its leadership, the board, for all the good work that they do. Support them and keep up the good work, Palestinian community in Phoenix.
Before we move on, of course, I need to introduce the board members. These board members, some of those leaders was amazing leader. They are they were the founder of this center. They are the one from day one. They've been around. Believe me, this center was not that easy to be built here. Until today, we face a lot of challenges. And because of those leadership, of their wisdom, and their steadfast with the center, we continue to work as we are today. I would like to introduce to you a brother, a leader, a community leader. In fact, he's a community leader. Our brother, Kamil Shiha, please come to the stage. He's the vice president. And it was not Kamil Shiha, believe me, it was so difficult to go forward. And brother Kamil Shiha need that recognition today. Brother Muhammad Mazen, he been a past leader for the organization, and calling them according not to their just name or just the people who've been for a long time at this leadership and stand fast to make that center work. Come to the stage. He was a big contributor to the PACC, Palestinian American Community Center, and he been a leadership for a long time with us. And I'd like to welcome you here. We do have now with us the new board member who joined us from last year, our sister Haneen. Come on in. She is a great leader and a great contributor. Our brother Fida Ramouni, he was a new leader. He joined us last year, and he contributed to the leadership, and he brought his community from Ramon, and today we have the singer from Ramon as well. Thank you. And the last and not the least, my daughter Umaya, she is the secretary of the board. She joined us last year, and thank you, Umaya, for your job and what you have been done. Thank you for all of you for all your support, and this work have not been concluded if those from the right and the left were not here and supportive to me and to the executive committee of the PACC. Thank you. I didn't want to say about it, we were expecting more people, and one of our executive committee, his name Hamza, he is our brother. He joined the organization last year. He is a leadership. Tonight he is absent, unfortunately, and there's over 80 people already. They have the tickets and they were supposed to be with us tonight, but they end up in the hospital because a family emergency happened tonight. So for that reason, we wish his brother well and recovery, and hopefully in the future next year they will be with us. Thank you for all you being here tonight to support us. I would like to introduce the secretary of the organization, Maya, to continue the program tonight.
Good evening, everybody. I had the privilege of seeing a lot of you at the front, so thank you for your smiling faces tonight. We've gotten to the point of the program that is my favorite. We started last year recognizing a few members of our community that were doing amazing things and really sparking fervor and support for the Palestinian community here and all over the world. We have one of our awardees from last year here tonight, Mr. Ramzi Salman. And truthfully, there are so many people for which we could give this award, but I am so excited to have 3 awards to give tonight. And the first one, I'm going to award first an award to Ms. Farah. Forgive me, but I'm going to read a few words that she had sent for her bio, because you should know what she does, and then I'm going to tell you why PACC is recognizing her today. So Farah is a Palestinian artist, an art graphic designer, and a poet. She's from the village of Khor, near Tokram, and grew up between Missouri and Abu Dhabi. She moved to Arizona a year and a half ago. At the end of 2024, she began experimenting with botanical dyes and embarked on a journey to revive the nearly extinct tradition of spinning and dyeing tatrees, thread by hand with natural dyes. When she's not creating, you can find her chasing after random cats or eating one too many cookies. Her amazing work is outside in the front. Be sure to stop and support her and see the things that she is doing and that she is bringing to the Arizona community with her tatrees artistry. PACC has decided to recognize Farah because if you can see on the slides here, Farah generously donated her expertise and her skill to offer art for our protest this year that we marked for Gaza in October. And I cannot tell you how fortunate we have been to use real art in a digital world. This was made by an artist here in Arizona, and I want you to recognize that. So that poster, she has a poppy flower for us, and we could not be more thankful to have her artwork. So Ms. Farah, can you please come forward so we can recognize you?
Trivial and meaningless support of my parents, are over here, and the people and the communities around me, including PACC, I would not be able to do any of the things I have accomplished. I would have given up hope and dissolved into despair a long time ago. So thank you. Thank you to those who are present tonight and those who are not. Thank you to those who have walked the path before me and illuminated it with their struggle and their wisdom. Thank you to every one of you who continues to show up for Palestine and continues to do everything within your power to contribute to the liberation of our homeland, despite how hopeless it may seem right now. In times like these, it can be easy to isolate ourselves, to succumb to our grief, to unleash our frustration and hurt on those around us, or to let our egos consume us. But our test right now is to remain united and to keep repairing and building with each other, no matter how challenging it gets. None of us can achieve anything meaningful in isolation. The future we are fighting for is so much closer than it may seem. And each and every one of us has a role to play. And we must fulfill that role, even when it feels trivial, even when it feels insignificant, and even when it feels meaningless. Because Palestine will not be freed in one fell swoop by the actions of any one individual. Palestine will be freed through all of our small actions, coming together and transforming into a force not even the most formidable army can defeat. So thank you for continuing to inspire me and the world with your resilience, your creativity, and inshallah next year in Palestine.
Thank you, Farah. Okay. Next, I'd like to present Zachar. I'm going to use his words first again, and then I'll tell you a little bit about why PACC is recognizing him in particular. So Zachar is a Phoenix-based entrepreneur and community organizer fighting for real progressive change in Arizona. He got his start in politics managing a congressional challenger campaign against an APAC Democrat. With this campaign experience combined with his bachelor's in political science and master's in public policy, that has pushed him to begin considering alternative options. Zachar recently began serving for the community as one of the Arizona Green Party's 2 co-chairs. He has led the charge to create a political home for the thousands of Arab and Muslims voters that were influenced in this past campaign. Zachar's family owns Where You Bean Coffee, a local known cafe for its direct trade espresso beverages and freshly baked homemade breadspace. Him and his family at his coffee shop hosts many community events and fundraisers, including that for Food for Palestine and the Ramoon Foundation. And I want to say that this work at their cafe is the first time that we took notice of Zachar. Food for Palestine has been a formidable presence here in our community, and Where You Bean hosted their very first fundraiser and have continued to host for Food for Palestine going forward. They are the spot for many Palestinians to congregate in the city, which is a very wonderful thing to have. And then these past couple weeks, when there was a huge rally here at the Arizona State Capitol, Not for Palestine, for a call out against our current administration, Zachar appeared and brought Palestine to the stage on that platform where many people had not been thinking about Palestine, and that is why we're recognizing him today. Zachar, could you please come forward?
Good evening. evening, everyone. I am honestly humbled beyond words, but I'm going to try not to cry. I'm going to start by expressing my deepest gratitude to the Palestinian American Community Center. Just this recognition alone means more than anyone here knows. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to sacrifice tonight for our community. This is why I started organizing. And before I knew what organizing really even meant, I felt stuck. I know a lot of us probably share that experience. November 2023 mostly consisted of sleepless nights spent doom scrolling and miserable days spent with my mouth shut for the sake of business or security, on repeat. Then something changed. My Baya's friend, Mu'min, asked us if we would dedicate a day of sales at Raydeen to Palestinian relief aid, and despite the fears of a backlash from our regular customer base, we hosted the first Food for Palestine fundraiser on December 2nd, 2023. This past Ramadan, we completed our 7th fundraiser with Food for Palestine. We partnered with the Ramoon Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit that is delivering meals and baby formula to feed Palestinian families in need on the ground in Gaza and Cairo. I mention all of this not to pad my resume. I mention this so you all know there are lots of folks in this community doing essential work that are not here right now, and we should be aware of the fact that this is a community effort. Alhamdulillah, we've learned in the last 18 months that our community does have an appetite for activism. Good Hood is now on app stores, helping folks find and support local businesses that align with the issues that most matter to them, and that app was brought to you by the team behind Food for Palestine. These moments have turned into movements, and we should remind ourselves of a shared responsibility that we all have. We have voices, we have tools, we need to be using them. I have one tool, it's my coffee shop, Raydeen, and I have used that, but I've also managed a congressional campaign to challenge an APAC Democrat. I flew to DC to lobby on behalf of small business interests. I managed the Arizona Biden-Harris campaign, and I hosted Dr. Jill Stein to meet hundreds of you Arab, Muslim, Green voters, and now I'm chairing the Arizona Green Party. Palestine is not just a cause, it is a litmus test. I know everyone here is used to hearing that, but a lot of folks have looked at me trying to figure out why is that Indian kid still talking about Gaza? And it's simple. There's a Holocaust going on, and all of our tax dollars are funding it. We know this, I'm preaching to the choir, but we need a reminder. Our leaders are locking us up for speaking out against it. We know this did not begin on January 20th. If we keep staying silent, there won't be anyone left to speak out for us. We need to be working smarter. We need to stop working harder alone. We need to be getting organized. They know that the fire raging in Palestine illuminates every single feature of the failing settler colonial projects known as Israel and America. They can bury us, but they will find out we are seeds. People might try to make us feel un-American for what we say, but the late great James Baldwin said it best. I love America, and for exactly that reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. I'm inspired by all of you, the families who have never missed a banquet, the students organizing teachings, the elders who have reminded us of our history. Your resilience, your generosity, and your patience has fueled all of this work. This is our award, and as we move forward, I urge each of us to ask, how can I contribute? How can I amplify Palestinian voices? How can I use what I have, my platform, my profession, my presence, to move us closer towards our collective liberation? This movement doesn't belong to politicians nor headlines, it belongs to us. I have learned that very quickly, and I want to teach the rest of us how much power we really have. When we come together like this with unity and clarity, we are unstoppable. Thank you again to PACC for this incredible honor. Thank you to my family and my Raydeen staff, by just holding me up no matter what the world throws at us. Thank you to every single person in this room who continues to show up. And just in case anyone's listening and this upsets them, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
And then I'm going to pass off back to our president to introduce our final award, because only he can do this one justice. This is an important one.
Okay, our final prize, and I'm really proud of this community. They were always involved since day one of the center. They were the most giving, financially, supporting, being around us, holding us. They are here. Unfortunately, the majority of them are in the hospital tonight, but there are some of them still here today. They came from the hospital to be here to support Palestine because they've been really a community which I'm proud of. That's Deir Duwan, the community from Deir Duwan. I need to give them a hand. They were inspired, and I would like them to walk to the stage that we are giving to the Jam'iyyat Deir Duwan their plaque from the Palestinian American Community Center for their works, their support, their dedication year after year to support our organization. And they can walk here behind me on the stage. They need to take a pictures. And I'm proud of all of them and their works. Come on, more this way. Come on. And I need any of you to deliver a word in behalf of the community. Come on.
Okay, it is my continued privilege to now introduce our keynote speaker who's going to come up and speak to you all. I'm going to tell you his bio before I pull him up here and bring up his slides, but please read or listen to every word and listen to the kinds of things that Palestinians around our country have been doing. So Dr. Sayam currently is a lecturer of political science and Middle Eastern studies in Rutgers University in New Jersey. He has been working for the United Nations for over 25 years as a political affairs officer, information officer at the Office of the Spokesman for the Secretary General, spokesman for the UN mission in Western Sahara, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, and chief of radio and news center at the Department of Public Information. Since 2014, Dr. Sayam became the bureau chief of Al-Quds al-Labari at the United Nations. He writes a weekly article in the same paper dealing with international affairs, UN-related crises, and the conflict in the Middle East. In October 2010, he published his book called That Unforgettable Day, in memory of his colleagues killed in the bombing of UN headquarters in Baghdad on August 19, 2003. In August 2024, 3 books in the UN meditation in the crises of Libya, Syria, and Yemen were published by the Arab Center for Research and Policy Studies. Dr. Sayam has appeared repeatedly as a commentator and international affairs on many news channels such as Al Jazeera, TRT, RT, Al-War, Al-Arabi, and others. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Sayam.
Good evening, everyone. I thank you for inviting me to speak to this august audience. I'm very proud to be with my community here, especially my family from Deir Duwan also. Yeah. My son is married to a girl from Deir Duwan, and my daughter is married to a young man from Deir Duwan, so I'm proud of you. I was prepared to speak in Arabic, so I don't know how many people here don't understand Arabic. You want me to speak in Arabic or English? Okay. First, I want to express my sympathy and support for our people who are enduring unforgettable, unprecedented massacres in modern history, especially in Gaza. We owe them their support and solidarity. And sometimes really, we cannot express the deep sorrow, the deep pain we all feel of what's happening in Gaza. And I want to divide my talk tonight into 3 points. First, what happened, what was happening, how was the situation before October 7, and what happened after October 7, or the impact of October 7, and what's going on now, and where we go from here. If you can give me your attention for the next 25 minutes. And I want to start with how was the situation with the question of Palestine before? كيف كانت الأمور بالنسبة للقضية الفلسطينية قبل 7 أكتوبر؟ At the Palestinian level, the division among Palestinians were deep, and every attempt to remedy the division did not work. I witnessed what happened in Algeria on 22nd of October 22, when they reached an agreement of 14 points to put the Palestinian leadership back together and form a national unity government. It didn't work. Then it also in Al-Alamein on July 3rd, 2023, and nothing worked. There was an attempt to call for election in 2021, and then unilaterally the president decided to abolish that attempt. There is no legitimacy as we speak in Palestine. The last election for president was in January 2005, and the last elections for PNC, for Palestine National Legislative Council, was in 2006. 20 years for the president and 19 years. Where is the legitimacy? As we can see that there was a drifting of the leadership toward dictatorship. That's what was happening. I recall also when President Abbas came to the UN on May 15, 2023. And when he spoke and he said, "Ihmuna, protect us." احمونا اللي عنده حتى لو عنده حيوان بيحاول يحميه. That's how we reached that level. Just before September, October, September. At the Arab level also, the normalization was expanding. The relations between Israel and some Arab countries became strategic. There were agreements reached between some Arab countries and Israel on security, on military, on intelligence, on industry. Israel started to penetrate every Arab country. They had exchanged information about even Palestinians. They started to threaten some Arab countries from the soil of an Arab country, the Israelis. Israel was expanding at every level. They had the best relation with China, the best relation with Russia. They have infiltrated many of African countries. They have very good relation with many Latin American countries before that. Palestine was almost absent, intentionally or not intentionally. Between 2016 and 2023, not one single resolution adopted by the United Nations, only a presidential statement, which was reached in February 2023. The author of the statement was United Arab Emirates, because they were a member of the Security Council, which was disaster, even, that statement. Not one single resolution on Palestine. In fact, two things happened also to make the Palestine issue on the margin. The corona pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Nobody was talking about Palestine in the UN. Palestine was absent. This situation. I want to show you two pictures and one quote. Please show me the picture with Netanyahu speaking in front of the UN. That's on 22nd of September 2023. Netanyahu was giving the speech at the podium of the General Assembly. He put that map, talking about Israel. Palestine disappeared. It's not there completely. And he talked about normalization with Saudi Arabia. And here what he said, The next slide. Please read it, it's not in front of me. But he said we are progressing toward normalization with Saudi Arabia. And if you think that he was lying, no. Just 2 days before, on 20th of September exactly, 2023, Crown Prince MBS gave an interview to Fox News. And look what he said. It's the truth. We are progressing. We are reaching. We are reaching up. So the normalization was reaching Saudi Arabia. And we all know here, once Saudi Arabia will normalize with Israel, all Arab and Muslim countries will follow. Indonesia is waiting for Saudi Arabia. Mauritania is waiting for Saudi Arabia. Malaysia is waiting for Saudi Arabia. If they normalize, it will be like the carriages in one train, and they will lead it to normalize with Israel. In November 2022, there were elections in Israel. The elections brought Smotrich, Ben Gvir, and Netanyahu to be the leaders of Israel. This is the most brutal, most savage kind of leadership ever in the history of Israel. And the plan are the following, 3 plans. To kill as many Palestinians who protest, to expand settlement, to storm the Al-Aqsa Mosque, اختراقات, كل يوم المسجد الأقصى, and to make sure that no one talk about the question of Palestine at the global level. No one wants to talk about Palestine. So this is the trio. 3 killers became the leaders of Israel. In fact, between January and October 2023, it was called the most brutal year for the Palestinians. The number of people killed is the highest since 2005. And there was no talking about, there was no Hamas there. In fact, the Palestinians they want to explode because of the pressure, because of the oppression. They started forming عرين الأسود in Nablus, كتيبة طول كرم, كتيبة جنين, كتيبة مخيم عقبة جبر. They couldn't take it. So the things were boiling, in fact, in every part. Even in Gaza. They tried everywhere. Wars started in Gaza in 2006 after kidnapping Gilad Shalit. And 2008, 2009, and 2012, and 2014. 2018, 2019, the marches of return, if you remember. And 2021, Saif al-Quds, and the dignity uprising. But still, the Israelis were behaving that Palestine did not exist. Then comes October 7th. Everything changed. At the level of the United Nations, almost every single week there is a meeting on the question of Palestine. There were 4 resolutions adopted on the question of Palestine and ceasefire. Doesn't mean that Israel will abide by these resolutions, no. General Assembly adopted 2 resolutions on ceasefire. ICJ started working on the issue of Palestine and Jerusalem upon a recommendation of South Africa, not on any Arab country, South Africa. And also ICC, which is the International Criminal Court, also declared the Prime Minister of Israel and the Defense Minister are war criminals. They should be arrested. Of course, it was unbalanced resolution by the ICC. It was unbalanced. They also mentioned 3 Palestinians on the other, 2 Israeli and 3. Look at the massacres, and they issued 3 arrest warrant for 3 Palestinians. اللي هم شهداء الآن محمد ضيف وإسماعيل هنية ويحيى السنوار. The one who is committing the genocide is only 2. They didn't mention any of those who actually killed Palestinians. The chief of staff, the unit leaders who are actually killing Palestinians. They were not named. But Israel was the most isolated country in the world during this period. And not only that, the solidarity with the Palestinians became global. You saw demonstration in Sydney, in Buenos Aires, in Brasilia, in Tokyo, everywhere in the world, in Rome, in Paris, in Casablanca, in Yemen. And also we should say also and salute those who stood with the Palestinians, especially the Mihwar al-Muqawama. We have to appreciate. We salute our brothers in Yemen who still fight with us. And we also appreciate the stand taken by the Lebanese resistance. And they paid very heavy price. But also, October 7 had unveiled the true position of everyone. Unveiled the Arabs and how they are stabbing us in the back. They could not, they met in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in November 11, 2023, less than a month after the war, 1 month and a few days. They couldn't take one bottle of water to cross the Rafah border, and it was open by that time, the Rafah crossing. They couldn't. And they met the following year at the same time. And the same, sealed off all the border. Not only they sealed off the border with Israel, from Egypt and from Turkey, they were supporting Israel. Fruits, vegetables, meats, a lot of commodities were going through the Jordan River and through Egypt, even weapons. Spain did not allow a shipment of arms to dock in a Spanish port. And it went to Tangier and went to Alexandria and went to Israel. It unveiled also the European hypocrisy. They are hypocrites. They talk about the human rights. Come on, the humanitarian assistance should go to Gaza. Talk, but they were supporting Israel. And of course, without saying, it's an American-Israeli war. Without America, Israel could not sustain itself for a few days. October 7 had proved that Israel is defeated. And that's what's scaring them. They are self-searching now. Can they survive? Without the support of the Americans, they cannot survive. Without the Arab position who are stabbing the Palestinians and sealing off the border and even stabbing them in the back, Israel cannot survive. Imagine if there is some channels of support to the Palestinians. 471 days, it's miraculous to stand with a few people in Gaza, who's just, it's half of the Jeddah airport, Gaza. Half the size of Jeddah airport. 364 kilometers, it's a golf course with 2.3 billions. Yes, the price was high, very high. We cannot deny that. But again, the question of Palestine in the center of the universe now. No one can deny that. We are paying the price. But give me one example of a liberation movement who did not pay a price. Algeria paid $1.5 million. South Africa, Namibia. I wish you read the statement of the Namibian new female president today, what she said, how she's going to deal with the Americans. She kicked out 5,000 because they had no visa. That's where the people, when they have pride, how to deal with Americans, not to kiss their feet, as many Arab leaders do. Yes, if the price is high, but that is the price of freedom. عمر الحرية ما تيجي ببلاش. Never. You never can bargain about your freedom. Never. So that's the price we are paying, our people are paying. As we go through it now, it's really a tragedy. But there are voices who calling on the Palestinian Muqawama to surrender, to raise the white flag. What will happen if the Palestinian resistance surrender and raise the white flag? What will happen? Remember what happened in 1982 when the Palestinian PLO and the Palestinian factions left Beirut in September 1982. What happened after that? Sabra and Shatila. The Israelis know what they want, but the Palestinians don't know what they want. The Palestinians, they want the land without the people. That is Zionism. The definition of Zionism, as our great scholar Faiz Said put it simply, pumping in and pumping out. That's what he said. Bringing in more Jews from around the world and kicking out as many Palestinians as possible. This is very simple. They are doing that. Show me one prime minister in Israel who did not expand settlement, who did not expand colonization. You cannot make peace with the one who is coming to kill you. There is no good occupation and bad occupation. There is no good apartheid and bad apartheid. There's nothing. You cannot reach out to a wolf or a hyena or a lion who is coming to kill you. And the latest invention of President Trump is to throw the Palestinians out, force them to leave, and then make it revert, but not for the Palestinians. And it's serious, by the way. They're really talking to the Somaliland, which is a splinter from Somalia in the north, supported by United Arab Emirates, this splinter, which they شقوا صومال دولتين، واحدة في الشمال واحدة في الجنوب. And they're talking to them to take Palestine, and they talk to the Sudanese also. And they're talking to the Syrians, or at least projecting to talk to the Syrians to take Palestinians. They're really seriously talking about expelling the Palestinians. Because as some Israeli historians said, the mistake that Israel made in 1948, they left 150,000 Palestinians inside. We should not allow even one Palestinian. That's what they said. Benny Morris, he said, he's a famous historian. So, looking at this picture now, as the Palestinian question is now on the climax of its global attention, but yet, from March 2nd, not one single drop of water entered into Palestine. No food, no fuel, no electricity, and that is a war crime. Using food as a weapon is a war crime, very clear, in the Fourth Geneva Convention. So what we should do as Palestinians, and this is my final word. First, we should not feel depressed or desperate. We should not. يعني يجب أن لا يدخل اليأس قلوبنا. We have to stand firm. We have to believe in our cause. We have to have faith. We have to continue. الصمود الفلسطيني في أرضه. We have to persist, to stay to stick to it. إما أن نعيش فوق أرضنا أو نموت تحتها شرفاء. أن يستشهد الناس تحت الأرض على أن يستحق. We have no choice. If we did, الكل بنط عليه. If we give in, look what happened in Nablus now and in Jenin and Tul Karim. They destroyed the refugee camp. On purpose today, they attacked المخيم الفوار. المخيم هو عدوهم. The refugee camp is their enemy because it's the barrier, is the carrier of the Nakba memories. Those who started the revolution came from the refugee camp. Those who fought in Lebanon and Syria and they joined the revolution, all factions came basically from the refugee camps. يعني زي أزيز محمود درويش وصف المخيم يعني وساعدا يشتد في النسيان ينبت زعترا ومقاتلين. That's المخيم. the refugee camp. That's what it's doing. So they are after the refugee camp to destroy it. So we should stand firm, we should support our Palestinians. We should be organized, and we should pressure the leadership also for a national unity government. مش يعين نائب للرئيس ويقول هذا this is the reforming of the PLO. That's not it. No, what we need is forming a national unity government that represents the Palestinians everywhere. Make sure we have to stick to the original narrative of the Palestinian: one land, one people, one cause, one issue. Oslo, دمرنا Oslo. It talked about faction of the Palestinian, on faction of the land, or faction of the rights. And that's what we ended up, look at this happening. Everything is happening as a direct result of Oslo Accords. That's where we are. Remember talking about الدولة المستقلة وسلام الشجعان? This is سلام الشجعان. Yeah. ما في حل. We have to stick together. And we have to be organized. And we have to extend a helping hand from wherever we are. I really salute this PACC. And I want to tell you, we have a similar PACC in New Jersey. Very active Palestinian American Community Center. And they have been organized, and I wish you can reach out to each other to learn from each other. PACC in New Jersey is doing a great job. Even the Governor Murphy in the State of the Union, he praised PACC for what they did, especially during the corona pandemic. So I want to leave with this idea that please get involved. We can send them a helping hand. If we cannot be in Gaza helping physically, at least we can send them food and water and medicine. We can bring the children. We can adopt their orphans. There is 17,000 orphans in Gaza. 17,000. Over 14,000 martyrs among the children. Over 55,000 the total number of people killed. And we don't know the exact number. 10% of the population of Gaza has either been killed or wounded or missing. 10%. Imagine in America, that means 35 million. So I want to salute you, and I hope you always be identified as Palestinian. Don't be fearful that they are going after us in this country. We have to enjoy our rights. We have the right to speak freely, and we have the right to organize and extend a helping hand to the needy of our people in the West Bank and Gaza. Thank you very much.
Supporting Gaza and our people in Gaza through our Palestinian American Community Center. Tonight, we have the privilege, the voice coming from Gaza to us here in Arizona. A voice coming to call upon the community. You are going to look at the screen and see that voice and see that person speaking with us directly from Gaza, between all the destroyed houses, hoping that we are united, we are standing to support them. So, go ahead, Umar. We did have a couple of weeks. We started the project to support the water system in Gaza, the Palestinian American Community Center. We did Iftar Ramadan. We were able to gather close to $40,000 supporting that project, which will cost around $75,000. One of the main things the people in Gaza need is water. Water is the beginning of life. That's what's missing in Gaza. Through the water, they can survive. And they can continue resisting the occupation. So, please, tonight, listen to the lady, she is in Gaza calling you. And we have the privilege to show that on the screen tonight. Go ahead. The Mecca organization been working in behalf of us. Last year we were able to feed 10,000 families in Gaza. We call it the food basket for each family that was missing. They need food. This year we determined that they need water, and they were asking, we need clean water, and that's the most needed, and we are proud to be the center here in Arizona to give them water. We are waiting for you, Jeremy. We are very proud that our name is ringing in Gaza. And we are dedicated to support. And this is, if we will win this war, if our people will stand up, it will be because all of us are standing with them. We cannot leave them behind, and we will not stop from supporting our people down there. Now, I would like to show what we've been doing the last year. Our PACC, what has been doing here in the state of Arizona. We have our sister Haneen can come. You want to show that? We have some video or our activities. We need you to be aware what we've been doing. Go ahead.
Okay, مساء الخير وأهلا وسهلا بالجالية الفلسطينية في Arizona. Good evening and welcome to the Palestinian community and supporters in Arizona. It's great to have you here tonight. With your support over the last year, we were able to do so much, not just financially with what you've given to us, but just showing up and being a part of this community. We've put together many events. We've done an event for kids to commemorate the kids in Gaza. We've done an event for women, bringing the women together to organize as a community. We've done a teach-in about Palestine in collaboration with Mecca. We've done a protest to commemorate the unfortunate one-year anniversary of the attack on Gaza. And this came together with 12 other organizations to put together this protest. And so I will stop and you will see our year-end review. So this is what we did over the last year. You see there's plenty of community members that came out to support us, and thank you for continuing to support the Palestinian community. We have two things we want to bring up. One is an event we're putting together on June 7th. We're very excited. It's a kids club. So we're going to be giving out free copies of the Baba, What Does My Name Mean book to kids that come. So please spread the word, bring your kids. As a Palestinian, they always say, that the Israelis have said that the old will die and the young will forget. And I really take this to heart because we cannot forget, and our children cannot forget. This is a fight that will continue generation and generation and generation. And we need to bring our kids so that they know about Palestine and that they cannot forget also. So please bring your kids to this event. This book is wonderful. It talks through all the cities of Palestine. And so we want the kids to come together, not just to read about Palestine and to learn about Palestine, but to also meet other children from Palestine that support Palestine, to feel like there's a community for them. So please come out to our June 7th event. There are also 2 movies showing this week at Shea 14, Harkins Shea 14, that are about Palestine. One is The Teacher, and the other is The Encampments. So please go out to watch those. If you show up in numbers on the opening weekend, which is this weekend, it'll help to keep the movie going longer. So just show your support by going to watch those movies.
Okay, now it comes the major part. We are all hungry, of course. We're gonna have the dinner. But before we move to this final part, it is our duty now to show our unity and our support to the community center here in Arizona, Of course, this cannot continue. We need help. We need your participation. And we need your help. You hear and you seen the tape came from Gaza, calling we need to finish what we started back in Iftar Ramadan. We need your support. I have starting a beginning pledge coming from Aswaq al-Quds. Our brother Muhammad Mazin, he is giving the community center and the people in Gaza and support to our continued $10,000. Thank you, our brother. That's what everyone stands for. This is how we can go forward. This is what means there's people here with support. We need somebody to start writing the names, and there's paper up there for anybody's support. I am opening, before we go for dinner tonight, that support. And everybody here, we want to continue our program and our support for the center and for Gaza. This is the way how we keep going forward. Anybody up there can match, get close. Salman, $500. Thank you, Salman. $1,000 from the name. Just give me the name. PACC Speech. Thank you, PACC Speech. Another good one, $1,000. That's the community we are talking about, and that should be more abroad in Arizona. $1,000 from Abdurrahman. Thank you, brother Abdurrahman. He's the first time here, and we are pleased to introduce him to our community as a supporter. $1,000, Abdurrahman.
I'll do the same.
The name? Ala. Brother Ala, what's the last name, Ala? Abid. Ala Abid. Another $1,000. Ala Abid from Lebanon. Thank you, Lebanon. You give more, I know that. The people, our brother and sister from Lebanon, did give their spirit, their struggle, their bodies, their life for Palestine. Our brother from the community center, the executive Tariq from Deir Duwan, $3,000. Thank you, our brother. Thank you for being a supporter as well. $500 from who? $5,000. $5,000. Thank you. What's your name, brother? Nasser. Our brother Nasser, the last name. Huh? Kattash. Nasser Kattash. For the first time, we seen him coming here. And we are proud of you, Nasser Kattash. $5,000. Al-Atrash. Somebody being in between, because that's, yes.
Up to 5,000.
Another $5,000. Give him the hand. They're here. The people of Gaza are going to need that water. We need to reach that goal. Give me your name. Wael
Abdullah.
Abdullah. Wael Abdullah. $5,000. Thank you, Wael Abdullah. Brother Jamal Nasser. $500. Thank you, brother Jamal Nasser. He's my roommate in the best. Naif Hussein. $500. Thank you, brother Naif Hussein.
1,000.
Your name?
Ahmed Atrash.
Ahmed Al-Atrash. Another Al-Atrash. $1,000. Thank you. Sister Sabira from Deir Duwan again. $500. Thank you. She came from California all the way here to support us. Our brother Michel Shahada, $300. Thank you, our brother Michel Shahada. Ahmed Sha'ban, $500. Thank you, brother Ahmed Sha'ban. Samir Sulaiman, $1,000. Thank you, brother Samuel Sulaiman. Abu Ammar. Yeah. How much? $1,000. Thank you, Bessie. Allah يجزيك. Jamal Jabaiya. $500. Jamal Jabaiya. 500. What's the name? Muhammad Hussein. Jazakallah khair. $500. Fida, our executive committee from Ramon and his brother Abdu. $1,000. Thank you. Our sister Suzanne Ahmed. $500. Thank you, our sister. Our brother Saif Al-Khatib from California came to support us. $500 and he's a student. Ayman Abed, he is another visitor, came from California. $500. Shukran, brother Ayman. Muhammad Afat, $500. Yeah, the sister Suzanne is the wife of Abdurrahman. She is a professor at the same university or Rutgers was our speaker, keynote speaker. Thank you. Thank you for that support, and your husband did ahead of you too. Both of them did. Thank you. I would like to say a big thanks to Jamil Al-Ramuni, who dedicated that night as a singer. And you know it cost us $8,000 to sing the last year. For free, for Palestine, for Gaza. Thank you for coming from Ramon. That means a lot for us to come for our event tonight and have that night. Thank you, Jamil Ramuni. Another Fa'al Khair, $500. That means somebody, Maya, Fa'al Khair means like, without besides any $500. An anonymous. Lena Beirad, $5,000. Or 500 or 500? Okay, brother, I have to call your husband and you. Lena Beirad, she's my niece. Her husband Khalid Al-Hanafi. $5,000. Thank you for coming forward. Thank you. And you've been given, and he gave last year and the year before. Thank you. I'm proud of you. Majdi, my nephew, up there. $500. Thank you, Majdi. My sister Nadira and her husband Yusuf Rasi. $500. Thank you. My sister Nadia. $500. There you go. Thank you. My name, Hikmat Ahmed, and my daughter Umaya, $1,000. Let's move on. All of us on the board. We are not here standing just talking, but we as executive committee, we committed as everyone is committed. Thank you. Okay, now it's come Haneen and her husband Chatan. He is from India, and she's my niece, and he's been supported. $2,500. Thank you, India. Thank you for your support to Palestine. Additional support coming from our singer tonight, Jamil Ramuni. He's covering the price of the photographer, that person he's in front of us being taken picture. He said, I will pay for that. Thank you, I'm proud of you. And we are going to stay tonight and listen to you. We know that you are in Arizona. Before we close up, I need movement here. Remember, we need to get up to $75,000. We start with $40,000 around Ramadan. We need to keep going up and close that chapter. For anybody can help. So if anybody is still there, by the way, you can continue giving all the way. We are not closing that part till everybody leave tonight. Anyway, the dinner, you can start bringing the salad in. Go ahead and start feeding the people. I know they're hungry, and start bringing the food. And do not forget, we're gonna have the singer, which everybody's waiting for tonight. The entertainment part, it is about Palestine. By the way, all our events for every we do in the center is not free. It costs us a lot of money, and this is how we pay them and how we cover our expenses. This is the only time we collect around the year for the center. We don't collect other times. And we do the rest of our activity, we cover it from the center and from your donation.
I just spoke with the children, and my son said, "How much did you give, Mama?" And I said, $2,500. And he said, "But at our school, you gave $3,000. And I said, "Okay, how much should I give?" He said, "You should do at least the same." So, this is my 7th year, you know? And I'm so proud of him. But yes, we should do better. So I will increase our by another 1,000.
From 25. Okay, there's an adjusting here. From my niece, Haneen, she is a board member. From $2,500 her husband put, she's going to $3,500. Thank you, Sister Haneen. طبعا الكل, thank you for all what you're giving. And of course, thank you to the Duwan. You've been always giving. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Hazma, Ramoon, who is here. Sound the names of your town. We want to call those towns. Everybody sound the name. I want to raise those names of those towns. شكرا لفلسطين. نابلس جبل النار. بتلو خدموا جبل النار 5000. يسرى كسرى، تحية لكسرى، تحية لكل بلد، لكل مدينة، لكل ابن من فلسطين قدم الليلة. تحية لكم جميعا. جبل النار كانت ولا زالت. اهلا وسهلا في ابطال جبل النار. نابلس لها تاريخ الصمود والتصدي. نحن نستمد ايماننا وعزيمتنا من اهل نابلس. طبعا اهلا وسهلا. لاول مره نشهد وجود نابلس في هذا المحفل، في هذا الجلسه، في هذا العمل السنوي. اهلا وسهلا. يعطيكم العافيه وشكرا على هذه الأمسية وعلى حضوركم، وإن شاء الله نعدكم الخير والعمل الجاد حتى نحقق أهداف شعبنا. شكرا.